Hi everyone, my name is Sharier and hopefully everyone is doing well. I'm really sorry, I'm a little shooting against the light, but that's also interesting actually. The weather is so nice here, so that's why I wanted to shoot. Now, thing is here, these days recently I'm getting a uh, inquiry from a lot of doctors, like especially those were in China, Russia, studying MBBS, and because of the COVID, uh, their study was stuck. Now those were third year, fourth year, and probably fifth year. They could study via online, no matter in Russia, no matter in China, no matter in Ukraine. There was a war situation. So these are the certain things. Now a question is raised here often that are you eligible for some of the competitive exams like AMC, PLAB, USMLE, MRCP, these big short exams. Are you really eligible if you haven't finished internship? Yeah, so that's one of the very vital question. Now different countries has different policies, so this video I will try to make it in three or four different segments to clarify certain things. Now here's the goal, are you really eligible to appear in exams? First let me clarify that one. Are you really eligible for some of the competitive exams like AMC, PLAB, USMLE, MRCP, MRCS, and so on, many licensing exams or fellowship exams actually. There's some other videos, in my YouTube channel you can also see about AMC, PLAB, and some of the USMLE videos that is available. You can check. I'll give some of the links in the description actually, if you want to know more about those exams actually. Now coming back to that particular point about are you eligible for this competitive exam if you are studying for China, Russia, Ukraine, these medicals, the answer is a yes. So if you have chosen a medical college that is already recognized, I repeat the word recognized, then you are eligible. Now how to check the recognition thing, whether your medical is recognized or not? There's two things I want to add. One, that is the world directory. Okay, so world directory doesn't always mean that you are eligible for all the competitive exam, but there is high chance that you are eligible for those other competitive exam. Now world directory, you can just type world directory of medical schools and you may find your med school name. So let me bring my first case. So in first case I found a doctor, he texted me that my medical college is in world directory list. But some of our videos in the YouTube channel, if you see there is a list, you can check by yourself by going to the Australian Medical Council website that it is your medical school is eligible or not. Now that doctor found that his medical was eligible for in general, WHO recognition, yes, world directory recognition, yes, but it was not recognized for Australian Medical Council actually. So he asked me that particular question. Now see, your medical college need to update your status with some of the other countries actually. It's not like that your medical college in the world directory means it's eligible for Australia, UK. Your only thing, it's much easy for your medical college now just to inform the Australian Medical Council, and your principal has to take part on that one. Okay, so a official email, I hope you know what do you mean by official email. Every medical college has a listed emails, some things written like info at the rate or .edu, your medical college name. These are the official listed emails. So from those you have to, you can ask your principal to do it, or you can ask some of the medical person to do it. So to email to Australian Medical Council, and they will ask to fill up some forms and send certain things actually, certain other information they will ask you. All right, so if you just fill up those things, so you will be able to eligible for Australian Medical Council exam. about PLAB exam, it is, you cannot really check directly in the GMC directory, is your medical college is listed or not. You can only see that when you are about to pay for the exam. That means when you pass the English test, the OAT, and then when we go for registration, then only you can see that medical college list actually. But openly you cannot see actually for some of the exams like PLAB or the MRCP. So only Australian Medical Council. But you can understand one thing: if your medical college is listed with PLAB, there's a high chances listed with AMC, or listed with AMC means high chances listed with PLAB for sure. So you can check one of them actually. All right, or you can ask some of the friends, like who is already appearing, or maybe a friend from other medical school. In that case, he can check on behalf of you actually. So a PLAB candidate can check like your med school eligibility. So these are the things. So it's before appearing in the exam, before registration, they can do that actually. So in that way, it is possible to see for PLAB or MRCP exam. For AMC, it is open. You can just go to the www.amc.org.au, and you can just directly can see, like there's an option you will find eligibility. There's a one option you will find eligibility of med school. You can just check that one, whether your med school is eligible or not. Okay, so this is like the answer of that one. If your med school is from Russia and China, whether you are eligible for the exam or not, in answer it is a yes. All right, now quick question, like a problem that happens, this is the second case. The problem that happens, like without the internship, can you able to appear in those exams? Now that's a little tricky and complicated question. As I mentioned, I'll make this video in some of the parts. Now again, the answer is a yes. So if you have a MBBS certificate, I repeat, if you have a MBBS certificate, I hope you know how MBBS certificate looks like. So if you have a MBBS certificate, in that case, actually, you can go for registration actually. If it is a PLAB exam, you need OAT before. If it's a AMC exam, you don't need English test, for appearing in the exam. So for MRCP, you also don't need, English test to appear in the exam. I mean, not in the beginning. For registration later, it is required, but initially not. So all you need is to go for the application process by making an account actually. For PLAB exam, MRCP exam, there's a GMC account you need to create. For Australian Medical Council exam, you need to open a account which is called AMC portal account. You can search that one, AMC portal account, in going to the Google actually, or AMC portal account Australia. You will also find that one. So the first things, as like a Facebook account, like you need to initially sign up. So any account you need to sign up, and please put a valid email and remember the password. This is another mistake by a lot of doctors. They use their regular email, which has so many other things, so you may miss a lot of important information. So it is better you open a new email for this education, and remember its password very well. If it is possible, one of those password you give it to your parents, and to keep it actually, because your parents, maybe your father or mother, they keep this thing in the diaries actually, so it will not be lost. For our cases, we keep everything in mobile is sometimes lost, things are gone. Yeah, so it can happen actually. Sometimes we don't also remember where actually we put it actually. So if you have a diary or things like that, so a very important thing, you can keep in that way actually. Do not always keep soft copies, sometimes hard copies are also good. All right, so in this way if you go, it will be good for you actually. Second question, I will be answering in some other video that already I cleared. Is your medical school, are you eligible for the MC and this exam? Answer is a yes. If you haven't finished internship, can you appear in exam? Answer is a yes. All right, so these are the things. Now a complicated question that comes, that third part I'll make it in a separate video. Are you eligible to work? Like, see, exam passing is a different thing and working is a different thing. Are you eligible to work, or will you get a job in this particular countries actually? Because you may need some experience actually for some of these exams actually. And if you don't have the license, if you haven't cleared the licensing exam of your own country, so whether you can work in your own country. So answer is a no. You cannot work in your own country unless you clear your own medical licensing exam. I mean, of your own country. What does it mean? Example, Pakistani students is called PMDC, Indian students is called MCI previously. Now it is called Foreign Graduate Medical Licensing Exam, and for Bangladesh it is BMDC. For Sri Lanka it is CRPM. So you need to clear those exam and then work in your own country actually. I will make a separate video on that one. Is there any way to skip that one and directly work in these famous countries without doing internship in your own country? That answer is very complex, so we'll make a separate video on that one, hope likely. Till now, I mean, this is the information and the things, because that second part is a bit complex actually, and we'll try to do some more research, and we'll get back, because the answer actually it may vary from country to country. Say example, if you're a Russian medical graduate and you are a Chinese medical graduate, thing might be a little different actually. So after some research we'll release that video for you. But appearing in exam, no problem. Also, can you do internship in some other countries? It is also possible actually to do internship in other countries, but those answers are a bit complicated. I will make another second version of the video. So thank you so much. This is Dr. Shahriar. Like this video, subscribe, and if possible share it in your medical college groups actually. One video might save your friend's life and help taking a lot of decisions. So thank you. Hope to see you in another day. This is Dr. Shahriar. Bye.